Hello, my name's Debbie and I work on the Careerpilot team at the University of Bath. We've put together a session for Year 11 students who are planning on continuing their education by doing A-levels, either in a sixth form or at college. So during this time, there's been lots of time for you to think about the future, and we're going to use this time now to think about where your A-levels might lead and use a Careerpilot website to find out more about your future options. The session will last approximately 60 minutes. There'll be some time to use the website, and there's a worksheet to go alongside the session that you might want to fill in and save your thoughts. Here goes. So the future for many people at the moment looks a little bit unfamiliar, or it might lead to you being quite worried about the future because not many people know what the next few weeks, months, years will look like. But you don't need to worry because you're going to be in education for at least the next 2 years, by which time the landscape will have changed significantly and things will hopefully have started to return to the new normal. So you might have had a think about what you want to do in the future, whether that's going to university or taking an apprenticeship pathway, going on a gap year. That might be as far as you've got, and you may not even have thought further than September when you're due to start back at school. But for now, we need to start thinking perhaps about what you might do after your A-levels and beyond. What type of job would you like to do in the future? And it might be that the last few weeks have changed your outlook significantly, and what you were thinking of doing in the future may have changed. You may have found out more about jobs that you never even heard of, like epidemiologist, and there might be things that you think actually you'd really want to do now, and that might be something to think about for today's session. It is true that jobs are changing, and this latest pandemic might change the way that people work forever. So more people are working from home, more people are having online meetings rather than face-to-face meetings. The use of technology will change the way that jobs look and feel like in the future. So again, it's really time during this session to start to think about what you would like your future to look like and what you want to do for your future job or career. Statistics show that by the age of 42, you'll have 10 jobs. So again, research is really important to make sure you make the right choices at the right times. So you probably know this, but at the age of 16, once you've finished your Year 11, there are 3 main pathways available to you. The academic pathway, which is the one that you seem to have chosen, which is to continue with A-levels. The vocational pathway, which is when you go mainly to a college, or it could be a sixth form, but these vocational courses tend to be geared towards following a certain job or career, like health and social care or engineering or electricians, that type of thing. Or it might be that some people at 16 start an apprenticeship. So you hopefully know the key difference between these 3 different pathways and how you study alongside work, and that all students have to be in some sort of education till they're 18. So you've chosen the A-level pathway, and hopefully you've been introduced to the idea of A-levels, whether that's in your school sixth form, in a different school sixth form, or at a sixth form college, and you know a bit about what you want to do and the subjects that you want to take. And even if you're not sure at the moment, or you might be having doubts about which subjects you want to take, hopefully there's time now to start thinking a little bit more and make those decisions. I'm going to stop now and show you a video, and again watch this carefully to think about some of the things you could be thinking of in order to choose the career that's suitable for you.
Imagine your life in 10 years' time. Are you being driven to work in your electric car? Eating meatless burgers for lunch with robots cleaning your home? Technology is changing jobs. In 10 years, there'll be lots of new jobs, while others will change or simply disappear. You're likely to be in work for 50 years and have at least 10 different jobs by the time you're 42. Seem like a long way off? A happy future starts with some of the decisions you take in the next few years. So to get ready for careers, what should you be doing now? Firstly, know yourself. You are unique. You have likes, dislikes, strengths, qualities, and things you value that are important to you. These things can help you identify a future career. You have skills too, from school, hobbies, work, or volunteering. Imagine you are learning something new, like photography or rock climbing. You will use a range of different skills. Many of these are transferable, skills that you can take from one job to another. Employers love these. The second thing you can do is do stuff. Trying out new stuff makes you feel good about yourself and builds transferable skills. For example, you may or may not pass your driving test first time. It doesn't matter. Learning new things develops transferable skills and increases your ability to bounce back and keep trying. That's called resilience. Skills can lead to part-time jobs, useful cash, and jobs in the future. You can also talk about these skills on job applications and in interviews. So you know what you like and you're good at. You're trying new things and building skills and experiences. What else can you do? The third thing you can do is to make sure you know all your options. Do you know what qualification and grades you need? Will the course or training help you on your journey? Which option would be best for you? And if your plan A looks watertight, always have a plan B and even a plan C just in case. The fourth thing is to make sure you use your supporters. Teachers, family, friends and coaches know you well. They'll help you identify your strengths, skills and interests and help you on your way. If you can, grab a chance to talk to a careers advisor. You'll get individual help with your plan. They're professionally trained and have loads of up-to-date information. They'll listen to you, inspire you and help you create a plan for the future. And there's Careerpilot too. A free website with all the careers information in one place, showing you all your options, including information on jobs, courses and lots more. Use the career tools to find out more about you and save all of this in one place to share with your supporters. So to get ready for careers, what should you be doing now? Know yourself. Do stuff and develop your skills. Make sure you know all your options. Use your supporters. Your future starts now. Get ready.
So, hopefully you saw in the video that there are 4 things that students need to do in order to choose their future career. You need to know yourself, your likes, dislikes, what you like to do, and how that might influence the job that you choose to do. You need to carry on doing stuff. So that might be extracurricular activities, hobbies, you might have had time to do other things during this period, and you might be able to talk about those at interview in the future. You need to know all your options. So today we're going to be spending time looking at the Careerpilot website to find out more about what you might choose to do once you've finished your A-levels. And you need to be able to use your supporters. So using your close family, friends, teachers, careers advisors, and there are many sources of support on the internet and information that you can choose to use. And remember this process when you're making careers decisions in the future. Try and use all 4 things. So I've mentioned Careerpilot, so what is it? It's a free website funded by 20 universities in the south of England. It's aimed for secondary school aged children from years 7 to 13, and it's a place where you can find information about careers, jobs, university courses, apprenticeships, all the different things you can think of that will help you choose your career. There's a section of the site called Career Tools, and this allows you to bookmark what you've been looking at and tag pages so that you can easily come back to the information at a later date. You can also share your report and your career tools with your supporters and your teachers or your mentors so that they can also see what you're interested in and they might be able to help you make those key decisions. So within Careerpilot, there's a section called Start With You. And in Start With You, there's lots of activities that you can do that will allow you to find out more about what you like to do and how that might influence the job that you choose to do in the future. There's a pre-16 skills map, and this is a questionnaire that will allow you to find out more about the skills that you've currently got and any skills that you've picked up along the last few weeks and months. There's a job sector quiz, and this will allow you to find out more about the jobs that you might be suited to and give you some ideas as to the kind of things you can do with your A-levels. And along with start with a subject, you can start to think about what you might choose to do and how your A-levels can fit into that. There's a section called Activities for Your Age, so if you want to know a little bit more about how to work through the website, there's the information there as well. So we talked about doing stuff on the video, so it's important, obviously you've not had the chance to complete your GCSEs this year, but your A-levels will go some way to choosing what you can do in the future. But it's not just about your A-levels and your GCSEs, it's about all the other things that you can be doing. And it might be that some of you have been really busy during lockdown and the pandemic, finding out lots of things that you can do, and you might have been volunteering, you might have been helping out, you might have chosen to do some work experience, and even if you've had to stop things like sports and cadets, they will hopefully be starting up again fairly shortly, so you can carry on doing those or pick up something new. So the message is, don't drop these things or try and pick up some things if you haven't been doing much other things apart from your GCSEs, because when it comes to your CV or your personal statement for university, everything is really good, and it helps you to stand out from the crowd. So today as well, we're going to be looking at options and your post-18 options and starting to think where your A-levels could take you. So just as a reminder for those people who are not sure, you're coming to the end now of your GCSEs, and unfortunately you haven't had the chance to take the actual exams, and hopefully you'll get the results that are fair and just. So we're looking now towards level 3 qualifications, and some people have chosen the academic route, some people the vocational route, and some people the work-based apprenticeship route. So you've chosen the academic pathway, and that can lead to a level 6 university degree, but some of you might choose to go on a different pathway or a different route, and you might decide that after your A-levels to go to college and study a different type of vocational qualification, or it might be that you choose at that point to start an apprenticeship. So again, all of those things you can find out more about today. So just as an example of different people taking different pathways but ending up at the same end point, two people, Lucy and Leon, have both qualified to be a nurse, which has been very important in this last few months. So just an idea of the route that they took. So Lucy completed her GCSEs, and then at the age of 16 went to college and completed a Health and Social Care BTEC, a level 3 BTEC. She then, after that, at the age of 18, went to university and studied a nursing degree, and after 3 years and lots of work experience, ended up achieving a nursing degree and qualifying as a nurse. Leon, on the other hand, took a more academic route at the age of 16 and stayed on in the sixth form to complete some A-levels. But at that point, after his A-levels at the age of 18, he then decided to take an apprenticeship route and start an apprenticeship at the local hospital, and then took that direction, but ultimately ended up at the same point as Lucy and trained to be a qualified nurse. That's just to show you that actually there's a few different options once you've finished your A-levels. So please do use this time to research those different options. So just to summarise what you're going to do during the session, you can register on Careerpilot or sign in if you've already got an account. You can then update or complete a new pre-16 skills map to find out more about the skills that you've currently got. You could then spend some time exploring jobs and job sectors, particularly if you're not sure what you want to do in the future, or even if you have some ideas, start to look at how you get into those jobs and the types of things that would be useful for you to be doing in the meantime. Number 4 is about exploring your post-18 options, so find out more about those different pathways, the apprenticeship pathway or the degree pathway or the vocational route through college. And then towards the end, have a look at what you've been bookmarking and tagging, because that will be useful for you to come back to at a later date. So they're the key things I'm going to show you what to do. And just as a reminder, the career tools will be completed as you complete various sections of Careerpilot. And the more you bookmark, the more things will appear within your career tools. So wherever you see a little plus sign, you can tag that page, and that will appear then in your career tools ready for you to save or share with your supporters. So this is the Careerpilot homepage. So this is what you'll find when you click on Careerpilot in Google, or you search for Careerpilot in Google, and then you simply sign in or register. So if you've already got an account with Careerpilot, you simply sign in using your details. If you've forgotten your details or you've forgotten your password, you can click on Forgotten Password, and that will send you an email reminder to reset your password. If you're new to Careerpilot, you need to register on the site, but that's really simple because you just fill in the various details. Try to remember the email address that you use. That could be your school email address or a personal email address. You then need to come up with a password, and again try and remember the password, and then you put yourself into the school that you're currently in, or the school that you think you're going to go to in September if that's different to the one that you're already at, or an FE college if you're going to college. So you simply put yourself into the place that you're going to be or you currently are, and then you can continue. So I'll just quickly sign in and show you where you'll get to. So once you've set up an account, this is the page that you will see. And there's lots and lots of things on here, but ultimately we want you to be trying to complete the career tools section on the right hand side. To do that, you can click on Start with You, and you can click on any of these things to get started. We recommend that you do the pre-16 skills map. You then might do the job sectors quiz within quizzes to get started, or you might choose to start with a subject, which is where you can look to see where your A-level choices might take you. If you need more direction and you need a little bit more information as to how to work through the various parts of the site, if you click on Start here by year group or activities for your age, there's Year 11 Start here, and you can work through the various activities on here. So there's Register or Sign In, which hopefully you have done, and then there's a section called Qualifications. Now this is where you can add your predicted grades for your GCSEs, and if you've chosen your A-levels, you can put in your A-level choices. So for instance, if you know that hopefully you want to do biology, you won't be sure of your predicted grades yet because it's a little bit too early, but you can just put something in there that you'd be happy to get. Let's say chemistry, and so on. You can save your A-level choices there, and you can even put in your predicted grades for your GCSEs. So history might be a 6, and so on. So all of that information can be saved within My Qualifications. If you haven't got the ability to do that when you first log on, if you click on Qualifications and select the various things that you have completed, so GCSEs, doing this, and then doing A-levels, then that will allow you to update your information in My Qualifications. So once you've updated your qualifications within your career tools, the next thing that you can have a little go at is the pre-16 skills map. So you'll see that in activities for your age, Year 11, the next thing to do once you've finished adding your qualifications is a pre-16 skills map. So that is there. So to get to that, you can go back to Home, Start with You, and it's the pre-16 skills map. Now this is really useful for those of you who are not quite sure how to think, or you don't know what skills you've got, or you just need a little bit of help in identifying them. You can call this one Year 11 since you're still in Year 11, and you simply work through the quiz questions, ticking all the things that you've done, and that might be in school or outside of school, and you keep on ticking all the things, and then once you've finished, the system will generate, and I'm just doing this randomly, but if you put a little bit more thought into it, so you'll see that now once I've finished, on this side of the screen I've got where it shows you my results. So in the pink box you'll see that I've kept going with a hobby or sport, so that shows that I'm independent. I've used IT, So that shows that I've got computing skills, maybe some resilience as well. And so now this skills bank grid, this thing here on the right, this now shows me the skills that I've got, having completed those questions, and ones that perhaps I need to work on. I haven't got quite as much evidence for being flexible. And it might be that you've done some amazing things over these last few weeks or months. You've turned your hands to all sorts of things. So if that's the case, you can record that here as well. So you might have been helping your sister complete her schoolwork, or it might be that you've been helping to cook, or it might be that you've been volunteering or help delivering medication, whatever it might be. If there's something that you've been doing that hasn't been captured within those questions, if you add those as an examples, you'll see that the skills bank's now been updated to incorporate some of the things that you've been doing. So that's a really useful tool to start you thinking about your CV and your applications in the future, whether that's for an apprenticeship or a university place or a college place. So that's the skills bank. And then the next thing, once you've done that, the most obvious thing for you to do is start looking at jobs and information on different jobs. So if you have an idea as to what you want to do already, you could type that into the search bar and find out more about that particular job. If you have a job sector in mind, like education or health and social care, you can go directly to that particular job section and start looking for jobs there. Or if you're not really sure, but you have particular subjects that you like and have chosen for A-level, you might choose to go and start by a subject and look to see where those subjects might lead. So for instance, drama, you might have a little read about drama, and it won't just be the obvious jobs like actor that come up. There'll be lots of other jobs that you could have a look at that might link to the subject of your choice. And not only that, on each subject page there'll be links to different free courses that you can do. So that might be something you choose to do before you start school or college back in September. Or there might be links to certain university courses or apprenticeships that you might be interested in once you've finished your A-levels. So that's start with a subject. Or other than that, you might choose to go in and do the job sector quiz, which is a quick quiz that will show you the types of jobs that you might be suited to based on your interests and so on. And if I just quickly show you what a job sector looks like, so imagine I'm interested in being a teacher. I click on education. I can tag this by adding it to my job sectors, find out more about education, how you get into education, some useful links, but I can also click on job profiles, and that will show me all the different jobs within education. So I might click on any one of those, and then that will show me some information like salary, working hours, and whether that job's likely to increase or decrease at the moment. So that will be updated to recognise the fact that things will change because of coronavirus. So take a look out for that. That will be really important in the next few months and years. And yeah, have a think about how the job that you were thinking of, whether it will still be there when you get to the end point. And the other key thing to see is there are videos for each of the jobs or related to the jobs. And this bit down here, you can see the skills that are required to be a community development worker. That's a job that I've clicked on. And my skills are shown side by side because I've completed the pre-16 skills map. So as you can see, there's quite a lot there that you can be doing to find out about your skills and your jobs. And then the other thing that we mentioned was to explore your options. So you can start to click on choices at 18 because that's your next big decision point, and start looking about all the different options you'll have once you finish your A-level. So looking way into the future, but making sure that you're working towards the right choice for you. And you might change your mind over the next few months and years. You might be thinking of university and switch to thinking to an apprenticeship, or vice versa. But there's lots of information on Careerpilot about choices at 18 and how you can make the right choices for you. And as you'll see, as you complete all the various things on Careerpilot, your career tools will be updated, and you can download your report, and that will show you and your supporters all the things you've been looking at and bookmarking, and it's all saved there as well. And just as a reminder, whenever you click on a page and you want to bookmark that for another time, if you click on the little plus sign, it will show up within your career tools. So lots and lots of useful things for you to be looking at within the Careerpilot website. Okay, so I've shown you the different parts of the website that you could be using over the course of the session. And then the only other thing you might want to do today is to use the action planner, which is in section 3, plan your next steps. And you could start making yourself some actions of things that you'd like to get done before the start of term. That might be some transition work that your school or college has sent home. It might be some reading that you might want to do as part of preparation for your new A-level subjects. It might be some YouTube clips or TED Talks that you want to watch. Or it might be a MOOC. That's a massive open online course. They're free courses. There are lots of links to MOOCs within Careerpilot that you might want to try and get done as well. So there's lots and lots of things you could be doing, and maybe use Careerpilot as a tool to record that and when you've got those things done. And again, that's something else you could be showing to your school or college over these next few weeks and months. It is a stressful time, so make sure that you are using your supporters, your parents, your family, teachers, careers advisors, Careerpilot, and there's lots of sources of mental health support online and by telephone, so please make sure you're using those if you are finding things a little bit too much. And just to remind you, one of the benefits of using Careerpilot is at the end of your session, you could have built something up like this. This is the report. And this is somebody who's completed all the sections, they've completed their qualifications and put in their predicted grades and so on. They've tagged some job sectors, they've updated some or bookmarked some pages, they've completed the skills map. As you can see, there's quite a lot of information there, and that can be saved and shown again for another time. And when you come to use Careerpilot again, it will all be there. One other thing to show you, that if our parents are concerned or they have got questions about future choices, there is a parent zone within Careerpilot, and you simply access that from the home page, and parents don't need to have an account for this. They can just freely open up Careerpilot and it's there. You don't need to register. So you find that at the top and click on Parent Zone, and it looks like this. So there's lots of answers to questions that parents might be asking or might be worried about. So that's worth showing them. And we would really value your feedback. So once you've had a look at Careerpilot and finished today's session, if you want to give feedback, there's a link on the page where you downloaded this video from and the worksheet. So it'd be really useful for us to get feedback, and we will be picking some names out of a hat, so you could win a chance of winning £10. So thanks for watching today, and hopefully it's been a useful